Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about DHA Peshawar balloting which happened recently. To start off, I'm going to show you their Facebook page. Uh, so they have a group in Facebook, DHA Peshawar, and this is one of their posts which says, "Thank you all for your love and respect. As we mentioned in different posts that DHA Peshawar have experts who developed complete mechanism and system for balloting and for result to make our applicants accessible and develop system for whatever." The point is, they said they had experts who developed complete mechanism and system for balloting. So let me show you uh, their page through which you can check your results. Peshawar, dhapeshawar.org/search.html. By the way, I'm doing this in Google Chrome. So if you want to repeat what I'm going to show you now, you have to use Google Chrome for that. So on this page, you can select the size of the plot, and then you have to enter your NIC and then click on search, and it will tell you whether you are successful or unsuccessful. Now let me enter some random numbers, whatever. Now if I click on search, obviously they have some kind of validation, so it shows NIC should be entered in this format. Okay. Now what I'll show you something interesting. If I right click on inspect, now here I can actually see different elements of in the page. Let me minimize this bit. So as you can see, it's a form, and it's a post request. Now the main thing here is so they have this function called validate form, and it's this function which actually checks whether the NIC entered is correct, is valid or invalid. Now let's just see this function. Let me minimize this poly first. So this is done in JavaScript, and so it's declared in head. So this script, so this is the function validate form, and as you can see, it's actually a very basic function, and what it does is it checks the format of NIC. If it's valid, it returns true. If it's invalid, you get the dialog box that we saw earlier, and it returns false. Now let me go to console. Now I can call this validate form function from here, and if I type the name of the function with round braces and I enter, I should get the alert box saying that the NIC entered is invalid, because currently the NIC entered is this number, which is obviously invalid. So I type validate form, round braces, I enter, and obviously as expected, I get that dialog box. Okay, let me do something interesting. Now I can actually override this function, so I can declare a new function with the same name which returns true, and that way we would be able to bypass this client-side validation. Okay, let me do that first. Validate form, round braces, return true, and then close, enter. Okay, we have declared a new function. Now if I do validate form, round braces, it returns true. Now if I click on this, so basically this, whatever you type, I can actually say DHA scam. Now if I click on search, if you have a system developed by experts, you would expect that there would be some server-side validation, and it will actually tell you that the NIC that you entered is incorrect. Now let me show you what happens. If I click on search, I actually get the same message, the same page that a person with a valid NIC but who was unsuccessful would get. Dear applicant, we regret to inform you that your application has been unsuccessful in DHA Peshawar phase 1 balloting, blah, blah, blah. What this means is that regardless of what you enter in NIC field, whether it's a valid NIC, whether it's an invalid NIC, or whether it's not even an NIC, like here I entered DHA scam, it will always show you the same page, same result, which means that this system, this online system, cannot even distinguish between an unsuccessful applicant and any other thing you enter in the NIC field. So you can try this. You can either try what I did, or you can actually enter the NIC of someone who was not even an applicant, you will still get this page, the same regret page. Now, this has some implications, and I'll come to that. And by the way, I just noticed the page that it goes to. It's called test.php. It doesn't look like it's the work of an expert. It looks like something uh, made up in haste just for face saving. So here are my conclusions based on this, based on following the different posts from DHA Peshawar, their behavior, the complete I mean, there's no transparency at all. We don't know the numbers. We don't know how many applied, how many were successful, how many were unsuccessful, and there are so many reasons. But I'll just show you the main reasons and my conclusion. So, okay, right here it is. First of all, it's a flawed system for many reasons. Number one, client-side validation that can easily be bypassed, what I showed you that in the video. And secondly, they have a default response regardless of whatever text is entered in the NIC field, whether it's a valid NIC, invalid NIC, or something else. Three, which means their system is not able to identify valid applicants who are unsuccessful. The system they have in place cannot identify valid applicants who were unsuccessful. And I have further reasons to believe that it was a scam. Well, a very large number of people applied, a massive number of unsuccessful applicants. I had multiple applications. I personally know friends who had multiple applications and they were not successful. Yet there is no lag in returning results, suggesting that either there is a very small database of selected successful applicants. I know there are some successful applicants, but it could be that it's a very small database, or perhaps it's just hard coded in the PHP itself in the page. There is no database to start with; it's just hard coded of few selected NICs, and they see a success page, and everybody else sees the regret page. And as I showed, look at the result page. It's called test.php. It's difficult to believe this was the work of an expert. I mean, you come up with sensible naming convention to have a system which is online, developed by experts, and then you see test.php with all these other flaws. So my conclusion, A, it's a completely flawed, basic, amateur system which seems to have been put up for face saving and fooling the public at large. B, evidence suggests that there is no online database of valid applicants who were unsuccessful. C, to have such a noise system for checking results, one wonders what system and mechanism they had in place for balloting, as they claimed that it was developed by experts. So my advice, after this fraudulent balloting, I'm definitely staying away from investing in DHA Peshawar. They can't be trusted. There's so many reasons. There are more reasons than I listed here. I can't trust them. I suggest it is better to stay away from them and use your hard-earned money somewhere else. I mean, instead invest your money in more credible places who are more transparent. Thank you.